that youth can be turned around by the formality of being involved in already established institutions. And we've also spoken about, for one example, Rural Voices of Youth, which was one initiative of a social entrepreneur, that it seems UNICEF had a partnering role as opposed to an aim to include this youth in their initiatives. So my question is, how much of an emphasis on partnering with youth as opposed to including youth in our already established infrastructures does UNICEF currently embrace, and do you think it should be more?
Second question.
My question is, after you told us about all the programs the United Nations offers for young people, I was wondering, what do you think high schools in general all over the world could do on like a day-to-day basis to strengthen the youth? Like small programs, I don't know, what are your ideas?
The school bus. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. The first question that you've asked is related also to the previous question that was asked in terms of how we're trying to involve young people much more in an organized and a much more structured way than we've done with just working with them on particular projects and initiatives and so on. Yes, partnering with young people is very much part of the mandate of my unit, my section, and the work of UNICEF. We have done that through directly partnering with youth organizations and networks. We have now a compendium of major youth organizations and network at the national level and at the global level that we partner with. Examples are the network of young people in West Africa called ENDA, E-N-D-A, which is an abbreviation in French of one of the oldest child labor networks in bringing about 9 to 10 countries in Western Africa that campaigns against child labor. These are youth-led organizations supported by local NGOs. So that's a good example of how we can partner with youth organizations, and we do that in many parts of the world, and there are many examples of that. How are we doing that within the organization? Our focus is trying to partner with young people and to bring them much more actively into the work that we support, whether it's in health, education, protection, or in HIV/AIDS. We've worked with them, for example, in consulting them about the type of situation analysis and research that we conduct in our programs, where they provide information about the problems of young people and about problems of societies. How can UNICEF better respond to those problems? So they're like informants for the type of research and the analysis work that we do in our organization. Second, in many cases, they also act as advisors, providing feedback to us about how programs are working or not working. What can be done better in those programs and projects at the local levels. So those are some examples of how young people are involved. So I think the lesson for high school students, first of all, my take-home message would be try to understand more how young people are living, what are the situations, what are the problems that they face in different parts of the world, so that we have a much better understanding of the complexity of reality in which young people live and young people struggle for a livelihood. Second, try to be linked up with some of the initiatives that young people are taking at the national, regional, global level, so that you can contribute from your school, in your own lives, and through your organizations and student councils in some of the global initiatives that are being taken. The Cyber School Bus is a good example of an initiative which links together various schools in a global campaign. The UN Millennium Campaign has a number of opportunities for young people and schools to contribute to the achievement of the MDGs in 2015. I mentioned about Voices of Youth as a platform for young people and so on. Here there are opportunities that the UN is providing for young people in schools and in universities to be more actively involved.
We're out of time. I leave it to you, Dr. Murphy, to close this session from your end. And I want to apologize for the technical problems. If we had more youth at the United Nations, we would not have so many technical problems. Over to you to close this session from your end.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Kamal. And we really thank Dr. Karunan for giving up his time. We know you're extremely busy. I recall the challenges we had attempting to schedule this because you're all over the world with so many great responsibilities. We thank our partner institutions that have joined us today, and we're looking forward to having you with us on November 30th for the next video conference that will be focused again on the role of youth in the international year and what youth are doing throughout the world to promote the concept of development in poverty-stricken areas. Thank you very much, Ambassador Kamal, once again, and Dr. Karunan.
Thank you, and on your behalf, let me thank you, sir,
Thank you very
for
much.
being with us. Until we meet again, goodbye from the Ambassadors Club. Happy New Year.